Okay, so today we're really diving into Job chapter 7.
Hmm.
We're going straight into the text here, exploring Job's, well, incredibly raw feelings.
Hmm.
Suffering, mortality, God. It's all there.
It really is. And what's striking is how he starts. Right away, he frames life as hard service.
Not just difficult, but hard service.
Yeah, like a hired man or even a slave, just desperate for relief for those evening
But
shadows.
he doesn't get that relief, does he?
No. Instead, he says he's been given months of futility, and specifically, nights of misery.
That imagery of the night, tossing till dawn, waiting for it to end, it sounds exhausting.
Literally. And it's not just mental anguish. He makes it very physical.
Oh, definitely. That description of his body. It's intense.
It is. Clothed with worms and scabs, skin broken and festering. It's graphic. He's showing this complete physical decay.
It's like his own body is failing him, betraying him.
Exactly. And tied into that is this feeling of time just slipping away uselessly.
Right, his days are swifter than a weaver shuttle.
Gone in a flash.
And ending without hope. That phrase is just chilling. Life itself is but a breath.
Which leads him straight into confronting death, its finality.
Yeah, he says, the eye that sees him now will see me no longer.
And that image of the cloud vanishing. So he who goes down to the grave does not return.
No coming back.
No coming back to his house. His place won't know him anymore. It's this profound sense of erasure, being completely gone.
And because of all that, the pain, the decay, the hopelessness, the vanishing, he says.
Therefore, I will not keep silent.
Right. The suffering doesn't shut him up. It forces him to speak.
He has to speak out. In the anguish of my spirit, complain. In the bitterness of my soul.
And who does he complain to?
Straight to God. With these incredibly bold questions.
Like, am I the sea or the monster of the deep that you put me under guard? That one always stands out.
It's such a strange comparison, isn't it? Maybe drawing on old myths about chaos monsters God had to control.
So he feels like God sees him as some kind of cosmic threat.
Sort of, yeah. Like something needing constant policing, not just a suffering person. It's a feeling of being relentlessly watched and contained.
Even in sleep, he mentions being terrified by dreams, by visions.
Exactly. No escape, day or night. Which pushes him to this, well, absolute low point.
Where he says he'd prefer death.
Yeah, prefers strangling and death rather than this body of mine. He says he despises my life, doesn't want to live forever. His days feel like they have no meaning.
That's incredibly bleak. Total despair.
It is. And right after that admission comes maybe the most famous part of the chapter.
So what is man part? Yeah.
What is man that you make so much of him, that you give him so much attention?
But it's not attention in a good way for Job.
No, it feels like intense scrutiny, that you examine him every morning and test him every moment. It's like being under a microscope.
Unrelenting.
So much so that he pleads, will you never look away from me? Just let me alone for an instant.
He just wants a moment's peace from that divine gaze.
A moment to breathe, it seems. Then he pivots slightly back to sin.
If I have sinned, what have I done to you? And then, why have you made me your target?
He feels singled out, like he's become a burden to God somehow.
Such a direct accusation, almost.
And the final lines, they're heartbreaking. He asks why God doesn't just pardon him.
Not so he can get better, but because.
Because he'll soon be gone anyway. For I will soon lie down in the dust. You will search for me, but I will be no more.
Wow. It loops right back to that vanishing theme, using his own imminent disappearance as the reason for forgiveness.
It's the ultimate plea for release, grounded in his own mortality.
So taking in this whole chapter, this raw anguish, the physical horror, the deep despair, the direct, almost confrontational questions to God, feeling targeted, all ending with this plea tied to simply ceasing to exist. What does this incredibly honest outburst make you think about? Maybe the nature of complaint itself, or how we grapple with suffering when hope seems completely lost.